Yo, what's up guys, your boy Nitrostorm here, welcome back to Black Clover M. So, as you can see in the top right, I've been saving up my black stones and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure all of you have been doing the same, or most of you, and maybe some of you have less, but that's because you re-rolled for Listo and Raiha, and then saving up from then to pull for the next season and stuff like that. And I fully understand that. I'll try and make this video as quick as possible. This video is mainly about what I'm going to be doing, what I'm most likely going to be doing, because you never know what I'm going to be doing there. I might have some impulses, you know what I'm saying. But in any case, as you can see here, what I have open right now is the prydwen.gg website. Be sure to check that out. In terms of tier list, do take it with a grain of salt. I'm mainly talking about pulling on these characters because season characters are harder to get, and then the upcoming Julius banner, he's a festival character, and so none of these characters are going to be in standard banner after they leave, if I remember correctly. In any case, I'm going to be as prompt as possible. You can use this website to take a look at their kits in further detail. But overall, Gauche is an offensive support with a bit of defensive capabilities on the ultimate. His pay to win, well, not pay to win, but I guess it is pay to win. If you dupe him up, you can get an extra stack of intense sunlight, which is the unique buff for increased damage dealt. So you give two, you give 2 stacks instead of 1 when you do skill 2. Overall, pretty decent, but I guess it makes sense to know that you don't actually need Gauche that much. Now for Charmy, she used to be season 3, right? She used to be season 3, so she took place of Yuno, but because she is season 2 now, and we also have free Asta. You can take a look at him, but he's free, so you're going to be getting him regardless. Now for Charmy, she is a healer again, and also blue. So if you have SR Charmy, you can't argue why you don't need her. All of her healing is heal over time. None of them are burst healing. Her skill page gives an extra crit damage resistance. Everything else is the same, so make of that what you will. And then her pay to win passive, every time an ally's turn ends, you heal 3% of max HP. I think 3% of Charmy's max HP as HP recovery to the ally with the lowest HP. So overall, pretty nice. HP based healer, so gonna be easy to make tanky. And then last but not least, you have Noelle, an attacker who's able to give barriers and buff defensively as well. Well, I mean, the barrier is a defensive buff, right? And she can also counter, which is pretty nice. And then her pay to win buff, I'm not sure why people are really intent on giving her dupes, because the passive just gives her a barrier equal to 10% of damage taken for 2 turns. I think there might be more to this than what the website is showing, maybe, because I heard apparently with the passive buff, with the pay to win passive barrier, she apparently counters, but I'm only seeing the counter when you cast the second skill, so there is that. Now her enhanced version, everything is the same except for this one. If an ally has a barrier, grants them HP recovery. So her skill page gives her the ability to heal allies with a barrier. Now, I'm not too sure if the healing will occur regardless, because you can get barriers, because she gives barrier on the same skill. I'm just not sure if this will take into account before she makes the barriers to the allies or after she gives the barriers to the allies. Considering it's on the last bullet point, it might be safe to assume that she heals all the time, hopefully, unless it's someone that cancels barriers, right? And then yeah, unique passive, you get automatically when you make them Ella. And that's pretty much about it. If you want to go into further detail when looking at their kits, just do visit this website, prydwen.gg. I'm not sponsored, by the way, I'm just using this website because it's pretty easy to use. And then now for saving and pulling. What I'm considering to do is, this is my best case scenario, right? I do like one multi, I get one of these 2, I use my key for Key of Reunion for season 2 to select the other character, and then I go about with my day. Now, if it takes a bit more pulls, I'm hoping that I might get a skill page of either or both along the way, and then select the other character and then go. Now, the reason why I want to get Charmy swimsuit, even though I already have my SR Charmy raised, I feel like she might be nicer to use, because normally my Charmy might be kind of too Giga Chad and she overheals, right? But at least with this one, you're able to heal over time, spreading out her big heals along, you know, different timelines and stuff. And I guess if you go onto JP, on the JP Korean side, they're still rated relatively well, I guess. But the climate of the two is pretty different, so there is that to consider. And then for Gauche, I guess it's kind of understandable why you don't pull for him. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, he's rated A for a reason. On Korean JP, again, he's still AA, right? And then for Julius, again, I've mentioned before, he's a festival character and they made him really strong. I'll talk about him when he's coming soon, but yeah, highly well regarded. You do want to pull for dupes on this guy because he's got a nice broken passive that you get after 2 dupes, and then you want to max dupe him just for the maximum stats as well. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. I didn't want to hold you all for too long. If you got any more questions in regards to just season 2, or I guess Julius, or upcoming pulls and stuff, do let me know in the comments below. Hopefully this video was kind of helpful. For a TLDR, I would suggest for those that are, you know, free to play, right, and planning on saving for future pulls. You know, there's a lot of banners, right? There's a lot of upcoming banners, by the way. So just to keep that in mind, for those that are still wanting to save, I would suggest just keying Noelle and you don't actually pull. I would say that's my advice. Key Noelle, don't actually pull. If you're testing your luck, try and see if you can get one of them, and then you key the other and then move on. And if you want to spend a little bit, in terms of skill pages, Noelle's second skill page, I can understand why it's not needed, but it does help make her more annoying and more survivability in both PvE and PvP. And then for Charmy, her skill page is also nice for increasing survivability because of the crit res, but just keep in mind there are people that can remove buffs as well. In terms of dupes, 2 Charmy dupes seem pretty nice, but the healing might not be as much as you expect. And then the Noelle dupe, I need to look into that more. It might be more to it than just what the description says, because a lot of people want to dupe her up big time, and that might just be for the stats. But yeah, it's been your boy Nitrostorm. Hopefully this video was interesting and helpful. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.